Hello everyone, this is the Underdoll, and I'm covering Amber Heard and her recent what should you say revelations regarding her, and I'm looking at a Daily Mail article saying exclusively see how many people believe you. Listen as Amber Heard scoffs at Johnny Depp for claiming he's a domestic violence victim, suggesting a court would take her side because she's a slender woman in explosive audio. Amber Heard ridicules Johnny Depp for claiming he is a victim of domestic violence in an explosive tape recording obtained by DailyMail.com, telling the Pirates of the Caribbean actor, "See how many people believe you." So, there are so many stories I've shared. I sometimes post to men's rights, especially when it's concerns men's rights, and post them there, and I've posted quite a few false accusations, and this is probably the first big one when it comes. I mean, well, you could technically call the Kavanaugh accusation the first big one, but this one is probably more of the mainstream, where it's not political or anything like that, where it's a celebrity, and he was first falsely accused of domestic abuse, and then things changed completely when evidence was released, and now we have audio of her, which I posted to my channel, the 2-minute snippet, where she actually admits to abusing Johnny Depp. The strange couple were barred from talking to one another in May 2016 when Heard filed for a divorce and sought a restraining order to escape her abusive A-lister husband. But the pair continued to clash over the phone, arguing bitterly about who was responsible for the blood-curdling violence that marred their toxic 15-month marriage, and accusing one another of leaking to the press. DailyMail.com can reveal it's unclear if Heard realizes she is being taped during the expletive-flagged 30-minute recording, the second bombshell audio released exclusively by DailyMail.com in the space of a week. You are effing killing me. You are effing people are trying to kill me, complains father of two Johnny Depp as he begs her to go through private mediation rather than thrashing things out in open court. You've turned me into my boy goes to school and has kids, so your effing dad's a wife beater. Tearful Heard denies pushing Depp 56 under a bus and accuses the actor's associates of circulating details to the press of her arrest record and lurid rumors she was a stripper. I really can't comment about that when it comes to those allegations. I mean, we don't even know if that is from Johnny Depp's camp, to be honest. The 33-year-old actress also rejects accusations that she instigated the wild physical violence that she pinned on Depp in divorce papers, suggesting a court would be unlikely to take the side of the man over a slender female. See, this is she actually says it was his fault while admitting on tape that she actually threw punches or actually was violent. Do you know I'm 150? Well, not anymore, but I was 150 pounds, almost 150 pound woman. Heard protest, adopting a jeering tone. She says, "You're going to get up on the stand, Johnny, and say she started it? Really?" The former lovebirds spoke several times on the phone throughout June and July of 2016, skirting the restraining order by having a family member initiate the calls, according to a well-placed source. Heard would ultimately yield to Depp's plea to settle out of court, retracting her allegations the following month as the pair announced a $7 million divorce settlement. Their marriage was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love, according to a joint statement issued on August 16th, 2016. So I can actually believe that they were very much in love and were happy to be together, but when you have a woman like that making a public false accusations, and it all comes out now, it just shows. So she was the first that accused him, and now when evidence finally comes out, it just shows how easy it is to almost ruin someone's life. How do people expect to fight these false accusations when someone like Johnny Depp it's taken basically 3 years to clean his name off these allegations? It's just, and how do you expect regular people to do this? It's just something to ponder about if you're still on the fence when it comes to false accusations from women, because not all women, of course, but women and men lie. So don't believe men, don't believe women, don't believe whatever gender you identify as. Believe evidence or facts pertaining to said accusations or cases. So that's basically just what I want to say regarding accusations when according to them when something has happened that would be criminal. So here it says there was never any intent of physical or emotional harm. That's a lie. The truth crumbled in December 2018. However, when Heard penned an op-ed for the Washington Post lamenting her experiences as an alleged domestic violence victim, though never naming anyone. Yeah. Heard is currently dating her new girlfriend Bianca Butti, I don't know how you'd pronounce that, and was seen arriving at the 4th annual Women's March in downtown Los Angeles last month. The actress has said she's bisexual and previously dated women, including, I don't really care about this, to be honest. Depp responded to Heard's op-ed last year with $50 million defamation suit, saying the hoax account implied he was the unnamed abuser caused him to lose his prized role of Captain Jack Sparrow. Well, that's actually a good case if you're asking me. Miss Heard is not a victim of domestic abuse. She's a perpetrator. His suit alleges accusing his ex-wife of manufacturing evidence and faking injury photos. Heard doubled down with a 300-page filing of her own, cataloging the years of abuse she suffered at the hands of the monster whom she met on the set of Rum Diary in 2011 and married in February 2015. The actress stood by those claims last week when DailyMail.com published a separate recording from October 2015 in which she confessed to hitting Depp as well as throwing pots and pans and vases at him. Oh boy. I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you, babe. You're not punching. You're not punched, Heard says on the tape, recalling an incident on the previous night. It's understood that she and Depp routinely recorded conversations consensually during the breakdown of their marriage, paving the way for yet more bombshell recordings to emerge. The latest audio clip published by DailyMail.com begins with Depp imploring Heard to reach an out-of-court settlement rather than waging a war in public. It appears to have been taped at Depp's end of things, and the conversation has already begun when the audio supply to DailyMail.com begins. I've been through the effing hurt. You've been through the effing hurt. I love you more than anything in life, he tells his soon-to-be ex-wife. I do not want to go into the effing court with you. I do not want to go to effing tarnish your name. I want this to be done peacefully between us. See, this is the lengths the Depp has gone to. He actually didn't want to go public, and it's taken 3 years after she made an op-ed on him, and then trying to ruin him, basically costing him millions of dollars, and then he finally had enough. And if you don't like it that way that mediation is going, take me back to court, kid, because I can't. This is the last effing chance, Amber. This is it. Once I file those papers, we don't turn around, man. Heard insists, however, that it's Depp's team who are refusing to mediate, refusing to sign a gag order, and leaking damaging stories about her to the gossip site TMZ. Everything has been a defensive move because I'm being called a liar and a gold digger, she says, and I'm not lying about any of this, and I'm not after a dime of your money. Well, that's also a lie. Didn't she get a $7 million settlement? At least that's from my understanding. Depp suggests the pair should write a mutual letter declaring that the divorce will be settled privately. Listen to me, he wants the Hollywood beauty. Defending yourself by throwing someone under the bus is not going to look good. Another fair point. Heard fires back, it's not about that. It would not be about me throwing you under the bus. You know what it would be? It would be released through documented people coming on the record and the protection to do so that haven't had yet. It would be eyewitness statements, it would be evidence, tons of it, and it would be through years. Heard goes on, ridiculed Depp's doubts over the facial injuries she turned up with at the court when she applied for the restraining order on May 27, 2016. She also claims to have a trove of incriminating texts, paraphrasing a message to her publicist Jodie Gottlieb ahead of an appearance of on the Late Show with James Corden. I think I've had an accident. I think I may have busted my nose and 2 black eyes tomorrow. She tells Depp no one's going to believe that one of the 2 alternatives, that I'm in a fight club or I've been going through hair and makeup through all of these years, where I've been corroborating text messages between people that match those dates and those timestamp validated photos. Heard warns Depp that her lawyers are urging her to make a formal police statement saying that a criminal prosecutor told her it was a most solid evidence case of domestic violence we've ever seen. Yeah, of course she does. She declined to do so. So this is why I always doubt when someone claims to be had a crime against them. They refused to go to the police when something happened. If you truly were or had a domestic violence, or you were abused or anything like that, go to the police and do it that way, instead of just trying to use it against them in the public court of opinion, so to speak. Go to the police and then show evidence. She declined to do so, however, because she did not want to hurt Depp further. Of course, that's BS. Hurt says complaining that the public spat has already led to her receiving death threats. The blonde actress also denied that it was her who rang the cops during the May 21st, 2016 dust-up that took place the day before she filed divorce. Depp was accused of hurling a cell phone in her face at their downtown Los Angeles loft, but 2 LAPD officers later said in a deposition that they found nothing to suggest a crime took place. Isn't that interesting? So the police officers who came actually said there was no evidence of this, what she's claiming. So that's twice she has lied. The actor-musician's romance heard about an incident in which his building manager, Travis, had to come up. Well, this is in the audio, I believe I showed or uploaded. Heard also refers to security guards, but who, by the way, she says have said to me multiple times that I'm going to get killed. She adds, I'm sorry because the last time it got crazy between us, I really did think I was gonna lose my life, and I thought you would do it on accident. And I told you that. I said, oh my god, I thought it the first time. Depp replies, Amber, I lost a effing finger, man. Come on, I had a effing mineral, a jar, a can of mineral spirits thrown at my nose. Their exchange seems to refer to a violent incident that took place in Australia 1 month into the marriage, in which Depp suffered a severed finger. He claimed his then wife went berserk when he asked her to sign a post-nup agreement, hurling a vodka bottle at him, which shattered a marble countertop and ripped off the tip of his finger. Jesus Christ. Heard maintains in court filings, however, that Depp cut off the digit of himself during an argument while he was drunk, high on ecstasy. You can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and judge thinks. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, I'm a victim too of domestic violence, she says on tape. And I know, it's a fair fight, and see how many people believe or side with you. Depp cuts in, and doesn't matter. Fair fight, my ass. Yeah, I mean, every time a man goes forward and says something, you have had the same people with a Me Too basically told him he was guilty without any evidence whatsoever. And there have been plenty of people which I've seen that basically told when I have seen replies. Oh my God, she poor thing, and etc. Just assuming she was or the victim of this. Her replies, because you're bigger and you're stronger, and so when I say that I thought that you could kill me, that doesn't mean you can counter with you also lost your own finger. I'm not trying to attack you here, I'm just trying to point out the fact why I said call 911, because you had your hands on me after you threw your phone at my face. And it's got crazy in the past. I truly thought I need to stop this madness before I get hurt. Seemingly stunned by his former flame's version of events, Depp can simply reply, oh my God. He reminds his ex-wife that she will have to repeat her allegations under oath in court. Do you believe all this, Amber? Do you believe all this? Depp asks. Yes, yes. Heard replies, do you believe you're an abuser? He asks. Do you believe you abused me physically? Heard replies, do you know I'm 115? Well, not anymore, but I was 115, almost 115-pound woman. Have I ever been able to knock you off your feet or able to knock you off balance? Well, if you have a weapon, you could do that. You're going to get up on the stand, Johnny, and say, she started it? Really? I've never been able to overpower you. That's the difference between me and you. That's the difference. That's a whole world, and that's there's a jury and there's a judge that will see there's a very big difference between me and you. So you want equality, but when it actually suits you, you want to be the victim. That's basically what happens when you have this gynocentric view, especially when it comes to false allegations. Depp finally seems to lose his cool when his ex-wife accuses him of spreading rumors he was a stripper, snapping, I will effing see you in court. Yet, you don't want to make effing nice. I'm trying. But you know what? I loved you for so many effing years, but you know what? You didn't exist. You don't exist. You're not there. You're not there. You're an effing made-up thing in my head, and I can't believe you're doing this to me. The 31-minute recording ends with Depp saying he needs a moment to himself before a door can be heard slamming in the background. Heard has thus far failed to have her ex-husband defamation case thrown out or moved from Virginia, where the Washington Post is based, to California. However, she did succeed in having it pushed back from last December to August of this year. Depp's attorney Adam Waldman confirmed the record conversation took place while Depp was subject to restraining order, but said Heard initiated the call. Miss Heard delivers a chilling message to Johnny Depp. Any real abuse survivor will instantly recognize nobody will believe you, so you better do what I want. Waldman told DailyMail.com. Miss Heard may continue to masquerade as a survivor, but the audio speaks for itself. Heard, if this continues, it's not gonna look good at all for Amber Heard. I'm just saying that right now. Heard legal team offered a radically different perspective when provided with a transcript of the tape recording by DailyMail.com, complaining the recording was taken without Heard's consent, but was also doctored. DailyMail.com has decided to publish the audio in its entirety so readers can conform their own opinions. See, this is actually good freaking journalism. Actually good freaking journalism. People can decide on their own. This is... I can't believe I'm actually reading an article where I'm praising the outlet for being ethical. The latest recording provided to the DailyMail.com continues Mr. Depp's ongoing efforts to abuse Mrs. Heard. Her spokeswoman said on the transcript of this recording, which notes that it is only a portion of a longer conversation, Ms. Heard repeatedly makes it clear to Mr. Depp that he was physically violent and abusive, that she feared for her life, and that even Mr. Depp's own security guards told her that if she stayed in the relationship, she was going to get killed. Well, that's hearsay. That's not evidence. What is most important on the tape, however, is not Mr. Depp says, but what he does not say. Not once on the tape does he deny Miss Heard's statements about his violent attacks and the damage they caused, including her broken nose and black eyes. In fact, Miss Heard specifically recalls that during a portion of the conversation not provided to the Daily Mail, Mr. Depp asked Miss Heard, whether she was recording the call, and when she answered that she was not, admitted that she was not lying about the fact that he had abused her. As a result, Mr. Depp's use of this stalker recording at this time is not only fraud and a crime, but an act of desperation. Okay. So she did not admit that she attacked men. Okay. And where's the rest of the tape, if that's true? Amber Heard's spokeswoman provided the following statement from Dr. Laura Brown, a trauma expert and a former president of Society for the Psychology of Women. Of course, because it has to be Psychology of Women. Abuse is attempting to control a victim by any means necessary, including pushing this kind of news story. It is not unusual for victims of physical and emotional abuse to respond by acting to defend themselves. But because intimate partner violence is about coercion and control every bit as much as it is about acts of violence, abusers often respond to the act of self-defense with attempts to reassert control. They do through attempts of coercion, which often include projecting accusations of abuse at the victim for having had the audacity to attempt to defend themselves. It is not unusual for the perpetrator of intimate partner violence to try to use the self-defense responses to the target to claim the mantle of victimhood for themselves. This is a classic Darvo defend, avoid, reverse victim and offender. The construct developed by Dr. Jennifer Freud. When society and the media buy into these false abuser narrative, they are enabling the perpetrator to re-abuse the victim. We should not be fooled by a Darvo narrative. Oh my God! Wow. Oh wow! That's basically the article, and there's an interview on at the end where there's a transcript. So anyways, so far from the evidence I've seen, I can the evidence shows me that Johnny Depp is the victim here and has told the truth, and Amber Heard has done nothing but lied. That's my impression of things, but you can make up your own mind. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.